I am a bit tired of seeing billionaires trying to buy political power.
Another billionaire has entered the 2020 race, and this time, this billionaire, Tom Steyer, is running to be the Democratic Party nominee. Now, naturally, Bernie Sanders had something to say about this, so he was on MSNBC with Andrea Mitchell, where he was asked about Tom Steyer entering the race.
Tom Steyer, the billionaire who's made a cause of impeachment. What do you think about him entering the race with all of his money?
Well, you know, I have known Tom for a number of years, and I like Tom personally. But I do have to say, as somebody who in this campaign has received 2 million campaign contributions, averaging, I believe, $19 a person, I am a bit tired of seeing billionaires trying to buy political power. So I like Tom. He is a good guy. He's a friend of mine. But I'm not a great fan of billionaires getting involved in the political process.
So he should not be taken seriously as a candidate, you think?
No, I didn't say that. Look, if you are a billionaire by definition, you are taken seriously. But I think the American people understand that one of the great problems facing American society today is that we have a billionaire class which is getting richer and richer, while the working class of this country is struggling and, in fact, has been decimated over the last 45 years. And people are sick and tired of big money in politics. People want to overturn Citizens United. In my view, we've got to move to public funding of elections. Billionaires, and this is not just Tom Steyer, billionaires should not be able to spend unlimited sums of money trying to buy elections.
And that's exactly right. Now, Tom Steyer actually, look, from what I know of him, he's one of the better billionaires, if that's possible. But that doesn't mean that he should be able to buy himself into a Democratic primary. This is a guy who is not a lawmaker. He's a billionaire. And he thinks because he has all this wealth, well, that means it's okay for him to run for president. He is the perfect example of what we should not want. You do not want somebody who's been able to game the system this way and be able to make this much wealth for themselves. So even if Tom Steyer has some of the right positions, it doesn't mean that he has the correct worldview. And it definitely doesn't mean that you can actually trust him to fight for any progressive position. Now, look, the real issue here is if a teacher had the same ability, a teacher or, I don't know, a nurse, somebody with a normal job had the same ability to enter the Democratic primary race as Tom Steyer did, well then, okay, we can have a debate on whether it's okay for a billionaire to enter the race. But that isn't the case. Your average teacher, your average worker is not able to just enter the Democratic primary at will because they don't have money. They don't have the ability to be on television the same day they announce. So this is the problem with this whole process. I don't have anything against Tom Steyer because he's a billionaire. He gamed the system that exists. The issue is the actual system. The issue isn't really Tom Steyer. But the problem here is that when you can't have the average person entering a Democratic primary, then why should a billionaire be able to? It doesn't make any sense. Now, Tom Steyer here is pledging to spend $100 million in his campaign. I'm still unclear on whether that means it's his money, $100 million of his money, or that means he wants to raise $100 million. But it sounds like it's going to be $100 million of his money, which, I mean, already, if you combine Bernie, Buttigieg, Harris, Warren, and Biden, combine them all together, I don't think it reaches $100 million, at least so far. So this, I really hope that this doesn't matter, because when we get to to actually qualify for the debate in September, so there's no way he's going to make the July debate, but to qualify for the debate in September, he needs to hit 2% in 4 qualifying polls and have 130,000 donors. Now, a lot of candidates right now have not hit that. Tom Steyer, he'll have to, look, I guess it's possible he can hit 2% in 4 polls. I don't know. But the number here, like, he would need 130,000 donors, individual donors. Now, I thought, who the hell would give Tom Steyer money? Who would willingly give a billionaire money for their presidential campaign? And then I saw this from NBC News. While he is not well known and the candidate field is already overstuffed with 24 candidates, Steyer's money could give him an edge, as could the extensive email list of 8.3 million names compiled by a group he founded to push for the impeachment of President Donald Trump. That will be a factor here. He has 8.3 million people in an email list. People give money through email lists. These things work. I mean, you saw it, at least at the beginning, you saw it even work for Beto. Or Beto, when Beto launched his campaign, he was able to raise a lot of money in the first day and then completely went away. But Bernie's able to do it, and he actually has a real message, so he's been able to maintain his fundraising. But I mean, 8.3 million emails is not something to scoff at. So he has the ability here to maybe have 130,000 donors, unfortunately, to maybe make the debate. And if he makes the debate, then he'll raise in popularity because people know who he is. But aren't you tired? Aren't you tired? I'm tired on multiple levels. I'm tired of this group of people, these candidates. There's way too many candidates. But on top of that, I'm tired of people with so much money thinking that they're entitled to positions of power when they have not earned them. You want people in these positions where they're supposed to represent you. You want people in those positions that actually do represent you, that understand what life is like for the average person, that have experienced real struggles. So I'm done with these billionaires, with Tom Steyer, with this entire field of mostly no names. I'm looking forward to maybe like October, November, December, January, where hopefully the field will be cut down to maybe 5 candidates, 6 candidates. I'm looking forward to that because then that's when the actual race begins.